Good morning and welcome to ChessWire. I'm your host Adam Carter with your morning news. Today is Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. In the news today, Lex Fridman interview with Magnus Carlsen, a chess boxing supercard, Botez Vs Botez, and Pokemon champ disses chess. All this today and more. Now let's get to your headlines. Lex Fridman with Magnus Carlsen, an interview you don't want to miss by Peter Dodgers on chess.com. This was a long anticipated interview. I had seen on Reddit that Lex had said, hey, do you have any questions for the world champ? I'm getting ready to sit down with him in an interview. In the latest episode of his popular podcast, the American computer scientist and artificial intelligence researcher Lex Fridman had a fascinating 2.5-hour conversation with GM Magnus Carlsen. They discussed a wide variety of topics, such as who is the greatest football player of all time, Chess 960, reaching 2900 rating, and who is the greatest chess player of all time, a new world champion format, and even love. Below are some of the highlights of this truly outstanding interview, and it really was. I watched it this morning. I woke up around 3 a.m., couldn't get back to sleep, so went ahead and checked it out. There were a lot of great moments, and especially things like Magnus just talking about what goes on in his head when he's doing calculation, how he'll branch out different variations on the board when he's looking for a move. So, and one of the things he'd said was like the longer it takes him to make a move is where he doesn't know the right one, and then the branches just get so big and so many that it just becomes a fog for him. He said, I've always been really bad at solving exercises in chess, which, I mean, that just tells you this guy's the GOAT, the champ. Like, I've seen him do all kinds of puzzles before, streaming or in chess videos on Chessable and whatnot, and he is not bad at exercises or chess puzzles, trust me. So just a really, really humble guy when it comes down to it. And he said, I'm also much better than most at evaluating, which I think is something that sets me apart from others. And so, okay, maybe not all the humility in the world there. But he was going on to say the opening prep was, he said, these things have changed a lot over time. And he said back in Kasparov's day, for instance, he very often got huge advantages from the opening. That's why there were several reasons for that. First of all, he worked harder. He was more creative in finding ideas, and he was able to look at places others didn't. And also he had a strong team of people who had very specific strength in his openings that he could use. And he would also very often come up with them himself. And so this was like a big thing back in the day, and he goes on to explain how the chess engines have changed everything because it's harder to find ideas. So his opening prep is more to try and get out of his opponent's opening prep. This was an interesting one that popped up on my search for curating the news, the influencer boxing supercard 8 dream fights we want to see. And I think most of these are like chess, like not chess boxing. They're actual, they just want to see like XQC versus PewDiePie and Disrespect versus Bezos. There's some streamers here, Pokemon, Amaranth, but the one that caught my eye was Alexandra Botez versus Andrea Botez for chess boxing. And I was like, oh my gosh, all right, we got to look at this. The Botez sisters may be the queens of chess on Twitch, but how would they handle the heat in the boxing ring? Says, luckily, the very real sport of chess boxing can help us answer the question. The rules are simple. Compete in alternate rounds of boxing and chess until someone wins by KO, referee stoppage, checkmate, or their time runs out. If this sounds like a wild battle between sisters, that's because it would be, and it would be a great way to incorporate chess boxing into the scene. I mean, I don't know about that. I think that chess boxing is pretty interesting. Like, it does make things wild, but I think if you got like a really great player on there, that maybe no boxing, you know, somebody would just beat you quickly in the rounds. I don't know exactly like how the format works or what the rules are, but I guess something like this. I did check into a stream recently of theirs where it was a just chatting stream, but they had on boxing gloves and they were in the gym. It looked like some type of self-defense course. So I don't know if this is in their future, if they're considering it. But sisters going against one another, I mean, I put my money on Andrea, the younger one, because I just have this feeling like I'm an older brother. I'm the oldest of 3, and I know younger sibling hate. And I had one time, I was sitting on the front porch with a friend. We've got this long front porch, and my brother Marshall, he gets up on the other end of the porch, and he's got a skateboard in his hand, and he's just looking at me with like rage. I didn't know what to do, so I start laughing, and then all of a sudden he picks up the skateboard like a samurai and starts running towards me, and I'm like, okay. So I stand up because I'm like, he's gonna hit me with the skateboard. I have no idea why. And then like a ninja slides down on his knees and pops me in the shins with the skateboard, drops the board, runs in the house, hides behind mom and dad in the kitchen, says, Adam's chasing me, he's trying to get me. And my parents were like, you shouldn't be chasing your little brother and hurting your little brother and this and that. And all the while he's behind him smiling. I know the younger sibling, like, resentment is there. I would put my money on Andrea. I think if she got hit once, got popped good, it would infuriate her. So that's where I'd put my money. Then I want to get real quick to this. Nakamura scores 7.5 out of 9, and Fajora is stretching the lead here in the Rapid and Blitz day 4. The first day of the Blitz games at the 2022 St. Louis Rapid and Blitz saw quick chess superstars GM Hikaru Nakamura and Alireza Fajora and Levon Aronian pick up the most points in the day of decisive results, tactical brawls, and a loss by an illegal move. Now, this was really funny because I caught this on Twitter earlier. It was Machi and Mamadaryov. Yeah, Mamadaryov played his king into check with the illegal move 82, king a6, double question mark. And there's no annotation for an illegal move, so double question mark should suffice. Chess.com tweeted about it here, and they were both laughing. Napanamachi just started losing his mind. You can see like a little bit of the reaction here after Shak played this illegal move. You can just see Napanamachi losing it, and then Shaq's like, okay, yeah, that was pretty bad, and so they're just having a good time there. Last thing I'm gonna get to here is, so this guy, I didn't know there were even Pokemon champs, but apparently there are. And this guy Wolfie Glick, who was a Pokemon champ for in 2016, said, Pokemon, over 1,000 characters, computers can't beat the best players, has Bidoof, I think that's how you pronounce that, I don't know Pokemon. Chess, only 8 characters. Six characters. People can't beat computers, doesn't have Bidoof. So, and chess.com, it was funny, they responded here with some fair points were made. So anyway, I would just say this, like, chess for me, I mean, it's not a video game, and some people were in the chat saying, oh, there haven't been any updates to chess for forever. And I'm like, no, not true. We've got Fisher random chess. We got 3 check chess. We've got, let's see here, Bug House. There's 4-player chess now, 3-dimensional chess. There's all kinds of different variations on chess. So there have been updates. Maybe not to, the classical variation, whatnot, since maybe en passant. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. But yeah, I just think it's oranges and apples. It's like some people like to play video games, other people like to play chess. They're both fun. I guess you could get a chessboard that would have Bidoof. I don't know which one that is the king or something. So that might be something to consider. Thank you for watching ChessWire. Have a good one.